I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez, and I'm here with Branscombe Richmond.
I'm Michael Sanchez.
You are okay. You
I'm
know
not
what?
Michael
It's been a long
Sanchez.
day at American Film Market.
Yes.
Obviously, we're still keeping our energy up high. You are doing something amazing here. Typically, you're in front of the camera, but you're doing something behind the camera. Talk about the Southern Kentucky Film Commission.
We are in Southern California,
Yes.
but we are the Southern Kentucky Film Commission in conjunction with the state of Kentucky. So I sit on two commissions. I sit on the state commission,
Right.
and I'm going to say, Tim, give me the nod, right? I'm on the state film commission, right? And then I'm in the Southern Kentucky Film Commission. I have to be diplomatic because there's only one of me, but I have to be in two places at one time. What we're doing in Kentucky is we are spreading the love and the wealth because there's a 30 and a 35% incentive to make cinema.
Well, and let's talk about that. For those that don't know the incentives, there's a lot of independent filmmakers, and sometimes the independent filmmakers are like, well, sure, if I have tens of millions of dollars, I've heard of getting money back. What's the minimum typically of a production that can qualify for 30 to 35%?
Well, in the state of Kentucky, if you're an outside production company, it's $250,000.
Okay.
If you're an inside Kentucky resident, young filmmaker, so that the local guy can go ahead and build up himself as well, it's $125,000. Right,
Really?
Tim? Right, Tim? $125,000.
He went on record there.
That's right. There you go. See? He's my attorney. I always got to ask him.
Disclaimer. We'll double check that later.
So look, I got kids.
Yeah.
I spent all that money to send them to film school. They're all in the business, and if I had something that, if they, got $125,000 for them to make their dream come true, it'd be wonderful. That's available in Kentucky.
Now talk to me. People know you from your on-screen presence, your on-screen acting. Why is it so important to produce your own content?
Well, you've got to start somewhere, and you know what? Depend on yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to do something that enhances your career, because lots of times you're going, hi, sir, I need you to invest your money, put your hand on your wallet, write me a check right now to make my dreams come true.
Right.
That guy says, oh, that's great. What's my ROI? What do you say?
What do you say, especially
Well, here's what's interesting. This is the process in the state of Kentucky. You have your script. You come up with your budget. You submit it to the state of Kentucky through the film office, which Tim and I are a part of, and then they review it. Most times you will be greenlit. Once you're greenlit, you get a PON2 letter, proof of need. That letter says, Mr. Sanchez has agreed to spend this amount of money, or he's going to try, and we are going to give him this amount. You take that letter that we've given you, and now you go try to hustle the rest of your budget. So let's just say it's $1 million.
Right.
And let's just say, for broad numbers, the state gives you an opportunity to have $300,000 given back to you. So now your risk is $700,000. You got the letter, you got the budget, you got the script, and now you go to that investor and you go, hi, sir, I need you to stick your hand in your pocket, write me a check for XYZ to make my dreams come true. He says, oh, that's great. What's my ROI? You said, well, I've got this. I can start to give you this back.
Instant, 30%.
Right. After you've wrapped your show and all the reviews of your expenditure are true that you said that you're going to do, and within 4 months, you're going to get a check, which is cash. Not a rebate check that you sometimes go sell.
That's the difference.
That's a difference.
Yeah, that's very big, by the way. Yeah, because what's the rebate, for those that don't know, compared to the cash?
Well,
Tax.
it's a tax rebate. You need to have a liability. So if you're Verizon Georgia, you may have a liability, and you've got to pay taxes. So was 4 months okay, Tim, about that? 4 months.
Wow.
Gotta
There
ask
you go.
the attorney.
That was, see, you don't even need to buy those books on how to make films. You just read this. We're going to do the transcription for you later. We're going to sell it as a book. No, I'm just kidding. But tell me, obviously being with the Southern Kentucky Film Commission, talk to me about the locations there, because you got some beautiful landscapes.
Beautiful landscapes. You can do small town country. You can do Mayberry RFD. You can do, that things. Then you can do sci-fi. because we've got locations that you can turn into sci-fi. There's a lot of open land.
Okay.
You know, you can do anything you want. If we wanted to do Hawaii and Kentucky, that's why they have set dressers. That's why they got guys who can do that job.
But you could bring in the UFOs to, like, you know, land on the cows and the chickens.
Of course. Okay. So that's what you can do. There isn't anything that you can't do in Kentucky that you could do at any other back lot.
So for those of you maybe in filmmaking, go get the script person, tell them to work, you know, go check out what's in Kentucky, maybe revolve a story around that, get your movie made.
Or maybe you don't. I mean, we shot Los Angeles in Kentucky.
Did you?
Chicago for Kentucky.
Really? Wow.
You can shoot the San Fernando Valley for Kentucky out here. So it's suburbia. Yeah. It's also Amish country. It's also, you can do Chicago there. Right. You can do sci-fi there. You can do military. I've got a bunch of guys that are coming down there. They're going to shoot Kentucky for Afghanistan.
Okay. Now you said something earlier about them approving the script.
Sure.
What is it that typically they want to see more of and less of?
They want to see things that don't offend Kentucky. Okay. Which makes sense. They're your business partner.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Don't want to talk bad about your business partner ever. Not even behind their back, because it'll get back to them when they see the film.
And then, you know what? You just want to be fair in all your business dealings. Tim, you want to throw something in here that we try to make sure that everything is copacetic?
On the up and up. And yeah, as Branscombe said, you know, we are a business partner with you. We, you know, are not going to incentivize anything that would be disparaging to the state in any way. But outside of that, I mean, we've got a pretty liberal palette that we choose from. I mean, you bring your project. We want to be partners with you.
I'm thinking of doing like a reality project touring Kentucky. Can I do that? Is it good for television?
Do that. In fact, why don't you tour Bourbon Trail?
Ooh, I just want some bourbon. I don't know, but what's Bourbon Trail?
That's something for you to. You would enjoy that.
Okay.
So, you know, bourbon came from Kentucky, and there's a lot of distilleries there. And it's, if you're doing a reality show, you know, you're going to go ahead and go along and do a little something fun, and you get to see what the spirits of Kentucky really is.
Okay, so let's get down to it. For those that want to come out, how do they get information? Who do they email? Who do they call?
Well, you're going to call the Southern Kentucky Film Commission, or you're going to call the State of Kentucky Film Office. And we hope that you come down to Southern Kentucky, right? And we make your manufacturing experience a little smoother and easier. And the reason I say that is I'm the guy that has everything you need to make your show.
Whoa. What does that mean? Like, what type of cameras are we talking?
Well, no, we're not talking camera gear, but we are talking office space. We're talking support vehicles.
Okay.
Makeup, hair, Jenny, crystal sink generator, stake beds, wardrobe trailer, camera trailer, all the stuff that you would need.
All the gear.
All the gear. Grip and electric.
So just bring the camera and everything else is set up.
Right. And we've got crews that grips, electric, PAs, some people in the camera department, makeup and hair.
Wait, one other question. So, because sometimes, depending on where the film is, now Canada has this situation where you have to get like a certain percentage of the crew, like writing in the production part. Do you need to do that with Kentucky?
No. So here's the beauty of Kentucky. When you hire a local, 35%, not rebate, but a 35% incentive toward that worker's salary.
Okay.
And the beauty about Kentucky is through the years, their pay scale has it's a flyover state, so things don't cost as much as in Kentucky as they would on the both East and West Coast. Let's just say the price of gas. Start there. You know,
I hear it's really good compared to California.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can kind of base things out of there. You know, you can buy a home in Kentucky for as low as $30,000 to as high as, you know, $200, $250. Gated community, $300.
I see why you love Kentucky here.
Well,
like, you're getting lots of space there too.
Yeah, and
your dollar goes further there.
Your dollar goes further there. The people are very lovely.
Yeah.
You know, I went there in '98 to do business, and I started doing the film business there 2 years ago, and they've accepted me like a Kentucky son. And with this with this face here. So what's been great for me is that you treat people right, you treat them with respect, and you understand that this film industry, you're coming with visitors, and these visitors must and do kind of melt into the Kentucky philosophy. It's great Southern hospitality, and I think that's what's really important.
Well, it certainly seems like it. It's amazing. I'm glad we got a chance to speak here at the American Film Market. It's talking to all the filmmakers out here, obviously a lot of different filmmakers. What's the biggest draw that people are saying, oh my goodness, this is amazing? What is it that is bringing them to Kentucky?
Assistance in manufacturing your product. You need help. In today's marketplace, you're going to, like I said, you're going to ask that guy to stick his hand in his pocket and write you a check. So if you don't have something to give back to them, he's going to get in the real estate business, right? Yeah. And here's what I know about investors. Next to that investor is his wife. And next to that wife is the business manager. Yes. So before that guy says yes, the wife says, I need something. I want to go shopping, or I want a house in Cabo. And the business manager says, I think we should invest in, you see what I mean?
Right. I got
so we're here to help the passionate guy who wants to tell a story, make movies. We're all creative, and you need creativity within the lines of your budgetary assistance.